Hey, you all, just a reminder for those goals you have to get healthier and to lose weight. Make sure that you're looking at the full spectrum of what it is that your body needs. Look at your body in its totality. Look at the habits that you have, your lifestyle, the way that you relate to food, the way that you relate to your body, the things you think about yourself. Those are going to be the areas that you want to address in order to get long-lasting results. Your body, or you can get your body to do something for a period of time by forcing it. However, your mind will get in the way. You can lose 100 pounds, you can lose 60 pounds, you can lose 200 pounds. However, you can just gain it all the way back as well if your mind never changed. And it's gonna go back to your perspective about yourself, what you really believe about yourself, some of the hidden concepts or belief systems that you have in regards to how you respond, the actions that you have. And it's so important to get to the root of those. If you have a perspective of yourself that hasn't been renewed and at the same time has been the culprit in perpetuating your bad health, then you're just doing a diet. And so all of the effort that you're putting into it, you will not reap the benefits that you need to. And then most likely you'll just bounce back or just develop unhealthy habits for the continuing part of your life, which ultimately will render negative and harmful results. So when you are considering your health and wanting to lose weight, which is incorporated in getting healthy, make sure that you look at yourself as a whole. Like, what are the motivators behind you eating the foods that you're eating? Why are you going for those foods? Many things are just available, so people go for it because they're available, and they don't realize the toxic effect and the response that it's causing your body. So for example, if you have a particular ingredient, toxic ingredient, it can affect your hormones in such a way and trick your body into thinking that you need that particular item, which is really throwing you off balance and exacerbating the bad health in your body. So it's important to look at those things. Also, you might have a food that you're fully aware that is unhealthy for you and is bringing you the health that you don't desire and that you don't need. However, there's an attachment to it because of a previous memory. Okay, well, the memory has to be addressed. So many people utilize certain things that they put in their mouth and that they drink as a means to relax, and it relaxes them because of the connection or the memory that they have with it. Maybe a parent used food in order to calm you down, or a parent always presented their love with food. Then there's a connection in your head between the food and love, in which there's something in the mind that is connecting the food with love. And so since we need love, this overindulgence in certain things that we put in our mouth and drink, these things are then causing us to be unhealthy because our relationship is screwed because of the way that we're viewing the particular item. We're not viewing the item for what it's supposed to give us. We're using it for something other than that. And so that goes into the area of abuse. Now, what makes it challenging with food many times is that food is something that is acceptably used inappropriately in our society and across the globe. It's widely accepted to utilize food as a means of necessary relation, and many times there can be an uncomfortableness with an individual because they're not used to just showing up as themselves or showing up and feeling comfortable, confident enough to explore the environment and in turn exploring themselves, so they have to have something to drink. But since it's accepted in just about every community, secular community, church communities, other religious communities, it's something that's accepted very widely, all the way across the board. And because of that, it can make it challenging for you to really examine why you're really doing what you're doing, and for you to be able to overcome the detrimental health circumstances that you have. But as you're going towards this, once again, recognize and identify yourself as a whole, meaning look at the whys behind the what. Don't just try to put a Band-Aid on it, and doing things such as just focusing on the scale or just focusing on the calories. Really ask yourself these questions, because many times they're hidden and we don't even realize that, wait a second, I'm just focused on calories. I'm just focused on this. No, in order to be successful, we have to look at ourselves in its totality, okay? So it includes our mind. It includes the things that we watch, If you're constantly bringing temptation around you, well, how are you going to be able to give yourself a break to allow your body to really calibrate itself and receive the things that it really needs? It makes it so much more difficult. And so I just want to encourage you in that. Question yourself, like, why do I want to lose weight? And if you have this one driver that's behind the whole thing that's unhealthy, typically it'll be something that is external, something that a response we want to get from someone else, a way that we want to look. If looking a certain way is your only motivator or your primary motivator in losing weight, you will not lose the weight. Or if you do, you're going to gain it back or develop an unhealthy habit to continue to accomplish that visual thing that you want to see. And it doesn't work for the other component of us, which is our internal being. Okay? It doesn't work for our internal being in regards to our organs, and it doesn't work for our internal being in regards to our true self, our spirit. And so take a look at those things, and don't be afraid to look at those things. It's good to find those out, because when those things are uprooted out of your belief system, then they're going to positively affect the other areas of your life. And you're not going to continue to go through those stumbling blocks. So look at yourself as a whole. Now, the best way to start that is to do what? Is to have a conversation with your Creator. God made you, and so He knows exactly what you need. And He also knows and sees what's been going on. The things that are on the inside of your mind that you've allowed to come in that are harming you. The things that you don't see. And that, I have to say, has been the most significant with myself and my health, and in working with others, is being able to resource your Creator to give you the insight and wisdom that you don't have, to put the people into your life that you need to help you along the way at the right time. Sometimes it's a person at the grocery store. Sometimes it's a dog. Sometimes it's whatever. He can use just inanimate objects that can't really speak to you in order to communicate what He wants to communicate, okay? And so He's best at doing that. But here's a reminder for you. Don't focus on one thing, because you're not a one-dimensional being, and your life is not one-dimensional. There's many components to it. And so your health is, it manifests out of the totality of who you are. It doesn't manifest just out of one thing, okay? There's always a motivator, a mindset, a perspective that you have that's motivating the good or bad habits, the productive, beneficial, or harmful habits, okay?